There's actually no funding attached to the classification. The classification came from the work we were already doing, producing at least 20 doctoral degrees per year and expending at least $5 million in research. So those were the two criteria that got us to this designation. Now going forward, this designation will, I believe, give us a much greater opportunity for additional resources and funding. You're right, there are only 13 HBCUs. However, this is bigger than the 13 HBCUs. This is about the 139 institutions from across 3,000, regardless of classification. So while we may talk about the number of HBCUs, the real conversation is about just 7% of universities across the country who have attained this designation.
Also, on that point, Doctor, I believe that South Carolina State is still the only HBCU that is a partner with the Battelle Alliance and those research opportunities with the National Laboratory.
Absolutely. Thanks to the governor's commitment, South Carolina State is the only HBCU that's a part of historic strategic partnership with the National Lab, as well as the only HBCU with the undergraduate degree in nuclear engineering, which also led to many, many other additional research opportunities.
I think South Carolina State has been discovered, is what I think.
Well, we know becoming a top-tier research institution is going to attract different students, it's going to attract different faculty and different staff as well. So this is going to give us an opportunity to elevate on all levels, especially students and faculty, and especially graduate students. Those graduate students who are really, really interested in research, this opportunity will provide them many more opportunities for significant research.
Governor McMaster, South Carolina loses a lot of their young people going to other states. They leave here. Will this type program help retain those young people to stay in our state?
It will. Our programs in the state, at South Carolina State, at the other universities and technical colleges as well as the research universities and the four-year schools. This type of strength, this type of variety of high-tech, futuristic programs will help the young people understand more readily that this is the place to be. A lot of us have been around for a while, we already know that, but a lot of the young people are going to be finding out too.
Thank you.
The state's commitment is that, as it has been, and that's to see that tuition stays down. We've been doing that for years, but we want to be sure that our people have every opportunity to rise and to thrive, and I think that South Carolina State and other schools have demonstrated that they can do that. So I assure you that I, as well as our congressional delegation and others, will be working diligently to see that the proper funding and support is provided for these schools.
A research institution is an institution that really, really focuses on research to help solve complex problems faced by our country, whether it's in medical, agriculture, energy. So again, it is really about research to find solutions for problems that perplexes our country.
In the state. Under his leadership, the state has made transformative investments in the classroom by expanding full-day four-year-old kindergarten, raising K-12 teacher pay, and placing a school resource officer in every school. Colleges and universities are becoming more accessible and affordable due to the governor's tuition freeze and by doubling his funding of needs-based financial aid for in-state students. Personally, South Carolina State has record investments by the state through increased operational appropriations, retention scholarships for our students, as well as $150 million in funding for new construction and renovations. For research, Governor McMaster included SC State in the Battelle Project with Savannah River National Laboratory, and to date has provided more than $8 million toward that effort. This helped contribute to our new designation. Governor McMaster served on the Pell Mental Health Foundation Board and is the recipient of the Order of the Pell Medal, the state's highest civilian honor awarded to citizens of South Carolina for extraordinary lifetime service and achievements of national and statewide significance. He was previously named Public Service of the Year by the Sierra Club and National Law Enforcement Officer of the Year by the Humane Society of the United States. Governor McMaster and his wife Peggy have 2 adult children and 2 grandchildren. Please join me in welcoming the 117th Governor of the great state of South Carolina, Henry McMaster.
citizen, but the highest honor that can be bestowed is God. And I thank you.
For me, please.
What brought you to SC State, and what does this classification mean for you going forward?
I came to SC State because my family has a lot of roots here at SC State. My aunt and uncle are alum of this university, and I actually came to SC State on a basketball scholarship, but decided to focus on my studies in biology and chemistry. And with the work I've done in my research and all of that, all those opportunities, it's really exciting to see the R2 classification happen while in my senior year as I prepare to graduate from SC State. I started my research as a freshman, and now I'm a senior, and in those 3 years we've elevated in our research, and I'm very, very proud to be a Bulldog.
After grad school, what do you plan to do?
I actually plan on becoming a dentist. I plan on doing research in oral healthcare.
Will you practice here in South Carolina?
I probably will practice right here in South Carolina. It's home for me.
So when it comes to job searching, graduating from a school that has the R2 classification, what does this mean for you to stand out compared to other candidates?
I would say being an R2 candidate, with an R2 candidate, but also from an HBCU right here in South Carolina, is going to be great for all of my applications. Even being a research scholar here at South Carolina State before the R2 classification, even winning national awards like the Barry Goldwater Scholarship was something that really will increase the enrollment we see with students doing research across the state of South Carolina, especially for minority students.
So what type of research have you participated in so far?
Yes, I've done pancreatic cancer research at the Medical University of South Carolina in the Ostrowski Laboratory, and I've also done head, neck, and oral cancer research.
How does this change your day-to-day life as a student now that you have this R2 classification? Is there more research involved, or is there more opportunities?
Yes, so between splitting my studies and my extracurricular activities, I'll be more involved in the lab and will continue to develop the underclassmen as I prepare to leave. So I'm excited to see where this R2 classification takes us.
But for students specifically who want to do research, what is the difference now that you have this R2 program?
Right. I would say funding. We have more funding opportunities within our university and within the state. So that will definitely bring more students to campus that will be able to benefit our research classification, and then eventually we'll be able to move up to R1.
And what does it feel like to be a part of research?